Hey guys, this is Hoodrych from Nerd Stomper, doing a video for Nerd Stomper. Today I'm going to be showing Warrior Lock Druid versus PhD Paladin Hunter Death Knight. Some of the key things in this clip that you're going to be seeing is the control. Warrior Lock Druid is all about control. PhD is known for just having an enormous amount of damage. They have, a Hunter, which is a high DPS class. They have a Death Knight, which is throwing out pestilence on everything. So this team just has an extreme amount of damage, and they also have a paladin sitting in the back keeping them up. So we can't really compete with this damage as Warrior Lock Druid, especially with the Druid healing. What we can do though is control the fight, and that's basically controlling with fears and cyclones and not allowing our Druid to get CC'd, not allowing our Warlock to get CC'd if they're on someone else. But it's just about freeing up. My goal, basically, as the warrior, is about freeing up my Druid and my Warlock to be able to control the fight. Some of the key points, obviously, is going to be control the DPS, as well as putting out the damage, getting the Paladin's bubble off, and not allowing the Druid to get scatter trapped. I'm gonna play the fight in real time so you guys can see, how it goes, and then I'm gonna be doing commentary after that. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know if you have any questions.
Take like a man. Boy, that's what I want to see.
Like this week?
I'm
Big
not gonna
old
be able to-
PhD.
What do you want?
Oh, I'm just saying, my thing's coming down, and you need that.
Full dotting Hunter, dude. Full dotting Hunter.
Scattered also.
Back on it. Hey, pull, all right,
Howling,
pull.
howling.
I got scattered.
You can't do it. It's this time. Can we close from Hunter?
That's right.
Yes, coil.
Cyclone.
Blanketed Pally.
Going.
You're
Death
Pally.
Knight free. Cyclone Death Knight again. Death Knight's free.
Okay,
Cyclone
Pally.
Pally. I got silence. I
Yes,
can't.
perfect.
Pally's getting cloned. Pally's cloned. I got scattered again.
Okay.
Hold on, don't pour it yet.
It's right there. Wow.
Got it. Got it.
Silence.
The Paladin's Ore Master.
Cyclone Death Knight. I'm gonna get full.
Howling everything.
Full.
This
Cyclone Death Knight again. I'm gonna get stunned. Maybe not.
Hunter's good, man. Hunter's good.
Rooting Death Knight.
Alright.
Nice.
Got it,
Bubble.
got it.
getting bubbles off.
Cyclone Pally. Nice stun. Got silence. No, they're MSing me. Pulling me in.
I got silence.
I can't.
Train.
Trying to get you. Appeared Hunter,
Intervene
man.
MS.
Come on. Hunter's prime here, man. Pally's getting prime too. Pally's also prime.
Going Paladin for a second.
Nada.
He's in hand
Hunter's
for you, dude.
good.
Cyclone Death Knight. Trap down. I got trapped. No, Cyclone Death Knight.
Howling Pally.
Full. I got silence.
Hunter's Pally's super prime. I blanketed him. Blanketing him as soon as I can. Hunter's also good.
Basically, I always rush in versus any team. It's a huge thing for Druids to be able to kind of sit back and be able to have that hot momentum, and then go in and start with the CC. If you let them rush in, it kind of just puts us on our heels. So I'm always rushing in, kind of check it out, and go slow their entire team on the other side of the map. A big thing right here that this Hunter does is he basically offensively disengages, and that to me, I see him looking at my Druid. You could just see him at the top of the screen. He's basically going for that scatter shot, scatter trap, freezing trap, or frost trap, or whatever it is. Puts my Druid in an ice cube. It's bad news. So that's what I'm looking at here, and I know that's coming. So that's just like one of the biggest points, especially that's gonna try to give them their early momentum. So obviously I ran the DK here. I want to get some, my dot on him basically. I use Glyph of Rend. It ticks for 21 seconds, and I think with my attack power it does around 1,000 damage a tick. So I'm basically just waiting here to see my Druid get scattered, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can to stop that scatter trap. So there's the scatter, and I get the intervene off, or I'm sorry, I get the intercept off, and that's probably all I need to do is intercept, because it kind of gives that 3-second window to to allow him not to be able to drop the trap in time. But I go a step further here, and I think I also disarm. Disarming Hunters makes it so they can't drop traps. So intercept him, throw a disarm on him, he can't trap, and that's a pretty big thing for us right there, because it kind of slows down their momentum and their CC on our Druid. And I think we immediately try to switch into a Coil Storm here, kind of just shift that whole momentum the other way. The Hunter trinkets the Coil and deterrence as my Blade Storm, which, you know, he trinkets and uses deterrence, and we stop the Scatter Trap. I'd say that the opener is pretty good. You know, obviously my Blade Storm really didn't do much, but it's not that important. It's more just about forcing the cooldowns from them, which we obviously did. So I'm still here just sticking on the Hunter. The DK does get Cycloned. And now the Paladin's cloned. Like I said, it's just all about control. As long as we have somebody feared or cycloned on the entire team or on the other team, then we're looking good. The Hunter does do another scatter shot here, which I'm in Desecration. I'm unfortunately not able to stand on top of my Druid to eat that trap, and obviously Disarm isn't up since I just used it about 30 seconds ago. So he's probably going to eat this trap, which he does. And now, obviously, since we couldn't prevent that, we also have our Fell Hunter Dispel. And I believe we do get a Dispel here. So yeah, we get the Dispel, we're looking good. We stopped the first trap, we dispelled the second one, we've forced deterrence, we've forced the Hunter Trinket, we basically forced the entire team's Trinket, and this is what I mean about just kind of wearing down the other team with CC and control. No one's really dipped on our team too low. Right here I make a mistake. I actually fear the Paladin because he has Aura Mastery and he's next to me, and he's actually immune to my fear because, you know, obviously my Warlock's been fearing him. So that was kind of an overlook on my part. Either way, we are in control of this game. We may not have anyone low, but we've went through their cooldowns, and it's just a matter of time before we get the Paladin to bubble, get it off, and then, you know, just goes downhill from there for them. Here I Recklessness to kind of keep up some pressure since you know, nothing's super low and I kind of want to get the ball rolling. As you can see at the top of the screen, the Paladin is feared next to my Druid, and this is pretty big. The Hunter's at half, he's got a full rend on him, he's imp hamstring, he's got MS, and I still have another Recklessness hit. The Paladin's in trouble, the whole team's in trouble here. He's probably going to get Cycloned. I believe my Druid's calling the Cyclone on him. We often try to, you know, either fear out of clones or clone out of fears. It's a lot of Warlock and Druid coordination. So I just try to keep an eye on the field and see him up there. So obviously he's feared and he bubbles because my Druid was casting a Cyclone. I'm already on my way over there to break that bubble. It's very important to not let them catch up. You know, Divine Shield's probably their biggest cooldown, and we don't want to allow them to catch up in any way whatsoever. So I go and immediately shatter that off. I call it out as the shatter's in the air, and my Druid's already going to be casting a Cyclone on the Paladin. So basically, we, you know, got rid of their Divine Shield and cloned them. They're not expecting it, and the Hunter's still low. So, like I said, just complete control of the game. They put Gargoyle out here because obviously they're falling behind, and they do it. You can see the Death Grip on the screen right now. They're trying to swap to the Druid because he's controlling the game. We've cloned their entire team, and now their healer's cloned with the DPS low, and this is kind of a last-ditch effort for them as far as, you know, kind of giving the Druid with Gargoyle out. Right here I think I try to disarm, but it's not up. I still got a few seconds left on that. I don't have charge or intercept up, as you can see on the right side of my screen above the focus. I just keep those cooldowns there. So the only thing I have left is to intervene. I don't have fear up. The only thing I have left up is to intervene. So what I do here is I believe I target the ghoul or something and I intervene, which basically, if you have any enemy targeted, if you intervene, it's going to intervene the person that they have targeted. So right now, as you can see, if I press intervene right now, as this Hunter is targeting my Druid, let's call it, as this Hunter is targeting my Druid, it's going to intervene my Druid. So that's pretty much the only thing I can do at this point. I may get a 300 damage ghoul hit, or I may get, you know, a 5k, you know, whatever, Chimera shot, whatever. Fortunately here, I think I get MS, which is pretty big. I do intervene MS there. My Druid's at 40 45%, he's going to easily be able to get topped with no MS on him. So I just try and do those things a lot. It is kind of based on luck, but at the same time, it was all I can do at that point, and you know, obviously it worked in my favor. So I intervene MS there. I know my Druid's going to be okay. You see, he just swift mended almost up to 80-85%. So I'm back on the Hunter. They don't have too many cooldowns. The Paladin, as you can see, has UA and Curse of Agony on him. So we're going to try and do a big swap to him. He's, you know, his whole team is kind of rotting. They're all at about 80% with full dots. They have no more cooldowns, no more stacks left. And I'm going to get an Imp Hamstring on this Paladin here. I like to spec Imp Hamstring. It allows my Warlock to you know, be able to cast on targets that are immobile, obviously, and my Druid to clone, for that matter. So I get an Imp Hamstring on him, and I want to put my MS up. I have charge up, so I run back out to get a Juggernaut proc and get my MS crit on him. Got a full rend on him. He's got full dots, and it's basically over for them at this point, unless, you know, as you can see on the right screen, the enemy unit frames, they're all rotting. They're all going to 65% now. We're on their healer. He's under pressure. It's just all about controlling until we get to this point to where it just goes, everything goes in our favor. And from here on, it's just sitting on the Paladin. Gets blanket locked, and he's dead. He's dead. So that's pretty much how you do it. You just control the DPS early. Don't allow any scatter traps. Try not to allow your Druid to eat CC. And as long as your Druid and Warlock are able to, you know, control that damage, then you last a minute and a half, and then everything, you just pick a target, you know, pick a target and it dies because it's full dots and MS. It's basically Warlock Druid in a nutshell versus PhD. That's it.